It's time now for Ask the Expert, and today we are talking about a hairy situation.
Specifically pet hair. It can get everywhere and anywhere. There are ways to control it, though. Joining us live this afternoon is our resident pet vet, Dr. Katie Heinrich with the Silver Spring Animal Wellness Center. So a lot of dogs are blowing their coats out right now.
That's right.
What can we do to make this a more tolerable time of year?
So this tends to get the worst in spring and fall. A lot of people think they primarily just shed a lot in spring, but it's when the seasons change, so fall is actually a really big time as well. But generally it happens year round, but it's the worst in spring and fall. And the number one thing you can do is just brush every day, because when you're brushing, you're removing the hairs as they die before they actually fall out. And there is a newer brush out called the Furminator. That's kind of the brand name. There's generics out there that work very, very well. So that type of brush actually will help pull the hairs out right before they fall out, and it doesn't hurt them at all. So that can make a very big difference. Other things are you want to make sure you're feeding a high quality food, because dogs that have nutritional deficiencies will have a much poorer quality coat, and hair that's not healthy is going to fall out more frequently. Also adding a fish oil supplement, that's something to talk with your vet about, because that can help improve the quality of their coat as well and possibly cut back on shedding. And you want to make sure you're actually not bathing too frequently, because if you're bathing too frequently, which for most dogs is more than once a month, you will actually dry out their coat and they will shed more, not less, if you do that.
Okay. Well, I would imagine there are some breeds that just shed more than others. We were talking about my pug, and I wouldn't trade her for anything in the world, but my goodness, she sheds like crazy.
Yeah, there are definitely some breeds that are worse than others. Dogs that have a double coat, like German Shepherds and Akitas and Huskies, tend to shed the worst. After that, I'd say Labs and Pugs and kind of the shorter hair breeds, you actually notice the hair a lot more. Literally all dogs shed, with the exception of Mexican hairless dogs. Even Poodles and Terriers shed, but it's just a lot less noticeable. So if you have a supposed non-shedding dog like a Poodle or Terrier, they actually do shed, but it's since you have to get their coat clipped frequently and things like that, you tend to not notice the hair around the house as much. So,
as a former parent to a golden retriever, I swear by that furmination. The Furminator. There are actually groomers you can go to. They use that in combination with like a high-speed air jet to really slick out that undercoat, and it just makes things more comfortable for the dogs in the summer.
Absolutely.
But it really reduces the shedding.
It works.
We do not recommend vacuuming your dog, though. That's not the same.
There are people that do. You can actually buy attachments.
I guess we do.
You can buy attachments, go figure, for your vacuum, but just beware, most animals do not tolerate that very well. So
don't use the beater brush attachment on your vacuum.
Dr. Heinrich, thank you.
You're welcome.
Got a question for our experts? Email them, asktheexpert@today'stmj4.com. You can also leave a voicemail. The number is 967-5253. Thanks for joining us.